Hello, can you hear me now? I am chatting through the microphone. The mic's on. All good? Right kind of levels? Hi. Let's get rid of that. Well. Hi, Niall. Oh, it's a bit loud. Let me know if the audio levels are okay. So, this is the DEATHRUN TV demo, released last Sunday night. Announced on E3, which absolutely blew us away. Still pinching ourselves a little bit. And we've been working on the demo all week. I've been working on the demo all week, just fixing a few bugs that we didn't see previously, adding a few new features. We've got some really great feedback from the guys. I just need to turn my music down. How's that? We're very professional here. How's that, Niall? Anyway, yeah, we opened the Discord up and quite a few people joined, and we've had some like awesome feedback from people, and that's kind of changed the shape of the game a little bit. But we've been adding features all week, and we're going to wrap up the work on the demo now. Really, just fixing any major issues that come up, or maybe if we need to support something else. But yeah, dev on the real game. The full game starts again next week, which is exciting. So I thought I'd just play through where we're up to. So from the initial release, we've made it a little bit tougher. It's a bit more difficult. Simon's been balancing all day today. So I've got my changelog up here somewhere. So you might notice it's a little bit more 3D. So I'm calling this 2.6D instead of 2.5D. You'll notice it more in the actual gameplay. Oh, the audio's better apparently. Well, so these guys that chase you are very annoying, but great. So this kind of section here is what in the code we call this an arena. It's just they can either be circular or square, and it's the easiest to generate because it's just a single shape. Where these are paths, so it uses a pretty complex algorithm to generate these. But it was very fun to code, so I'm not complaining. Simon's made it a little bit more difficult. And we've made it so you do not get grenades when you start the game now, because it was a bit too easy, and we like it to be challenging. So you pick up grenades now. I think that also kind of teaches the player how to use what we call an equip items, because in the full game we're going to have quite a lot of different ones. We've got turrets, oh, lots of stuff to come. Keep it a secret. Oh, spikes. Niall hates spikes. So I'm a bit distracted trying to stay alive. So one of the big features we added from the feedback from the Discord is now, let me run over here, get a clear area. When you're in a slow-mo roll, sorry, you can tap to enter exit the slow-mo, which is great because sometimes you just want to jump over a gap. And at the moment, it still takes all of your stamina, which is in the top left, away. Well, it doesn't take all of it. It takes one slow-mo roll away from you. So we'll tweak that so it, you either get some back or it takes it away each frame, so it calculates how much it should remove. You might have noticed things are a bit more glowy. I had a bit of an oversight with the rendering of the game, because it renders the whole game to a render texture, which is how we display the mutation screen at the end of the level. And I didn't realise I had to make that in HDR mode, which basically all the colours were getting overwritten and we were losing our lovely bloom effects. Let me just see if there's anyone in the chat. I want to make a suggestion. When you have the gold key, I feel like the game mode should enter into a sort of hard mode. More enemies spawn and you take more damage to show the consequences of your actions for taking the key. Now that's a good idea. And that wouldn't be too hard. Here's a key. Oh, we've also added these prompts, which I think if I switch to the keyboard... yeah, so... Initially we had this on the player, but it didn't kind of make sense to have it on the player, because it didn't show really what it was for. What object it was for. So now I've got it in here, so you can see, select one of those. Let's try to do a key run. Oh, I dropped it straight. I'm not doing a key run, I'm not good enough. Right. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about, the render texture. So the whole gameplay is rendered to this screen at the background. And with the mutations in this latest version, we split the mutations up into two categories, upgrades and mutations. And this screen only showed the upgrades, which were your more basic things like a bit faster speed, a bit more health, stuff like that. But we put everything in here now because you want to see the best ones in here, really. So, Bloodlust. Directly lifted from Nuclear Throne because Nuclear Throne is ace. So Simon's made a lot of changes to this sniper rifle. So one change we made is, you notice the crosshairs changing here. You only see this on the gamepad. But so the weapon in your right hand, and in the UI that is, so if I face down it's on the right hand, is your primary weapon, and the crosshair goes for that weapon. So this gun is amazing now, apparently. I've not actually played with it yet. So if anyone's got any questions, like why am I so good at talking, feel free to ask. I won. Thought this might be quite fun to show you. So I'm actually playing directly on the Unity editor now. So if I go... It's going to load. Hide the gameplay UI. Player. You see how the scene's rendered a bit here. There's a lot of debugging information going on. But if I turn it to 3D mode on, see how we achieve our 2.5D view. I think it looks kind of cool playing like that. So we've got this kind of like, all the characters are tilted to give that illusion of fully 3D. You can see the walls are completely like on a slope. Let's put the gameplay UI on so nothing breaks. Right, and we're back. Oh, and I'm dead. What a good run. Being the gamer, off topic, but have you seen the new bans for Slam Dunk? I have not. Who is on? The U's have pulled out again, haven't they? And hi, Bean. So I died. So I'm gonna try complete it this time. I'm gonna do a serious run, so I might not actually chat that much unless anyone's got any questions. Alright, I'm ready. So let's have a look at this changelog as well. We've increased the safe spawn area in arenas almost doubled it, because people were getting a bit overwhelmed when, well, I say people, everyone was getting a bit overwhelmed in certain situations where enemies would just absolutely swarm you before you could start going. There was a problem where rockets, if you fired a rocket near a top wall, it would just explode. So I fixed that. Oh, there was a big glaring issue with if you pressed pause, you could carry on playing and shoot and things like that, which is actually kind of cool, but we've taken that out. Well, fixed that. We've added like a green highlight under NPCs that you need to save, which you might see come up. Oh, it's shot straight away. Well, that screen's in the way. I have to fix that. There, you see the green. Oh, he got killed, so you can't see it anymore. And we're going to make these target blocks work like the some of the question blocks in Mario, where you can just keep shooting it until it like runs out. Because I think that's cool. Well, it's Simon's idea. So this is one of the awful decisions you have to make in the game. I could either save all these characters and get some likes, which will improve my XP and I'll be able to level up, or I could get a cool weapon, and I'm going to get the cool weapon. Sorry everyone. Alright, this way. I like that shotgun. And the cameramen kind of follow you around. The cameramen are actually, in the code, they are a zombie that has a weapon, and the weapon is a camera. And they are constantly trying to shoot you, but instead it's just filming you. So if you shoot them, sometimes they drop the camera, and the camera doesn't have a use yet, which will do in the full game. Like I say, this is just the demo. So these are the halfway points, just to give you a sense of progress. And oh. Oh, shot the NPC. Classic. Wow, with this new 3D thing, the screen's certainly getting in the way. Oh, God. I need to keep my eyes out for that. There's the key of hope. So you might notice the flashing lights. That's all synced to the music, so we get some nice effects every now and again, making it feel more like a soundstage in some studio somewhere. So this is the audience voting on what I'm going to get next. And what we plan to do with this is add some negative things in there as well, like spawn a massive swarm of monsters, or like lose some health maybe, or drop some health, anything like that. And we will integrate it with Twitch chat, which has been an idea right from the start, which we want to get in. Which I probably should have for this. What's my favourite weapon? Shotgun. Yeah, every single game, shotgun. All the way back from Gears of War, shooting from your hip. Always shotgun. So, the automatic sawn-off shotgun is particularly nice in this weapon. Simon did some great job, great work for that. Go away. Oh, we fixed an issue with. So some of these end buzzers are tied to the enemies that are around it, and it only pops up when you kill them all. And I could never find it to replicate it. Simon saw it a few times, and some guys in the Discord have seen it a bunch of times, and I just couldn't replicate it. We finally got a good repo for it. And the problem was, it was said there's 10 enemies to spawn, so you have to kill the 10 enemies. But one of the enemies was overriding one of the other ones, so there were only actually 9 spawning. It's really quite sloppy, but I fixed it. Let's see. Also, you should have a setting to change the quality of the demo for people who don't have very good PCs. That is a good point. I think that might be something we add to the demo, because obviously we want as many people to play it as possible. There is actually, in the code, there is stuff exposed that I made like a quality manager, so I could put that in the settings, to be honest. I do want you to be able to play it. So it's a shooting one. So slow-mo is essential with these moments. Bit of a battle. Oh, I've got a pistol. I'm out. No. Melee. So I always play these type of games on a control pad. I just much prefer that. I used to play a lot of PC games back in the day, but I just always play the gamepad now. So mouse and keyboard support was added really late in development because I couldn't quite work out. Oh, died. Couldn't quite work out how to get the mouse position, which sounds silly, but it's because I'm projecting the screen onto a render texture and stuff. It was actually a lot simpler than I thought it was when I managed to fix it. So added that quite late in, and on the first build of the demo, mouse and keyboard was pretty broken, which I can only apologise for. But we're constantly improving it, and I think it's pretty good now. Simon remapped it as well, because I did the mapping and it was rubbish. And obviously we will have full rebinding of controllers in the full version, because that is absolutely essential, because some people have a hard time with certain buttons and we don't want to exclude anyone. Let's see. Frank Turner. Music chat here. Whoa, someone's saying I can be famous if I buy some followers. Great. You should keep the being able to shoot while paused thing. Well, maybe. I think it would make a good good mutation, to be honest. I wouldn't want to do it with the pause screen up, though. Because it's kind of fun to mess with time in games. Like, yeah. The way, like, you know, you can take advantage of time scale and stuff in most engines makes it quite simple, as long as you are careful with it. And it's, like I say, it's fun to play in slow-mo. I mean, like, ever since you played Max Payne, you're like, oh, such a good mechanic. I think when I added that, it was a bit of an experiment, and we were like, yeah, we're gonna keep it. And then we added a stamina bar, so you couldn't spam it and make it too easy. So, let's have a look. Save your gameplay as a GIF is a nice feature if anyone wants to do that. Share it on Twitter. Ask your friends to wishlist it on Steam. Oh, one big thing we added is added more basically whenever you take damage now, you start the invulnerable timer, which just gives you a few invulnerable frames. For certain things that wasn't triggering, so like when you walked on slime from a big slime monster, you would just continually get hurt and die, which was obviously not ideal. Right. What else? Oh, what? I think I just live streamed a bug. What did I spawn on there? I think I spawned onto a exploding crate. What else have we got? Oh, you used to be able. Did I just say that? You used to be able to pause the game on the death screen, which is really silly. Oh, we changed the weapon charge UI. If you look at in the bottom left and right, we made the bar expand from the middle. It gives a bit more movement, a bit more obvious. We made them bigger as well, and brought them closer into the screen because they were right on the edge of the screen before. I think it just makes it look a bit easier to see without being right in the way. Oh God. God. So one thing we added, which is a balancing thing, is the explosions. The problem with the explosions is they take off so much health, and we didn't want them to kill the player, but we do want them to kill the enemies. So what we've done is it's quite simple. We've just made it so when a explosion, oh God, this is a good test. When an explosion goes off, the character that receives the explosion, if they are on the enemy team, they take twice as much damage, and if they are on the player team, they just take the regular amount of damage. Just made it much easier to balance. These robots are very hard to kill. Throw a grenade. There we go. We also made the grenades explode if they hit an enemy, which quite often before you just throw a grenade and it would just roll along the floor and explode next to the enemy, well, far away from the enemy, which wasn't very fun. might have to get Simon to come play because I'm not winning. This could be it. So I'm on half a heart. No, it's alright. Oh God, I have to go pick up my kids. I just looked at the time. Yeah, sometimes things like swords and enemies can be just right near you when you spawn. Yeah, you're completely right. I'm still working on that in the level gem because basically when I decide the tile you spawn on, I make a square, like a circle around of tiles which nothing can spawn on. But the problem is when the characters can like wander into that area when you are in this your spawn animation, and that kind of negates that. But I don't want it to be stationary, so I'm going to have to make it so when they're in their wander state and you're in your spawn state, they're going to have to like pathfind a little bit away from you, just make sure they don't go near you. So I don't know if we'll put that in the demo, but it's definitely something that'll be in the full game. But anyway, I'm going to have to go really soon because I didn't check the time. So if anyone's got any questions, now's the time to ask because I'm going to log off fairly quickly. Best dev stream ever. Let's have another go. So the replay tutorial thing, someone's reported that is not working. I think it does work, but the button doesn't actually do anything. Well, it does, but you press it and it basically clears the flag in your save data. The next time you play, you should play it. I mean, that's not the most intuitive user experience, but... Right, I am going to wrap it up in about a minute, so let's see if I can do a speed run. I think we're planning to do probably weekly streams because we're gonna get a lot of new features in for when we're doing the full version again as of Monday. And it's just cool to be able to share what we're working on and get feedback, and the feedback from the Discord honestly has been so amazing. The guys that are chatting in there are just so good. I can't thank you enough really. Right, come on, speedrun. Well, that was a lot of them. Oh, no. You might see a few drop frames. Oh, wait. I died. Just spawn shotguns. That's a... could do that. Next dev stream. Right. Well, thank you for the questions and thanks for tuning in. I have to go now because I have to get in the car and pick up my kids from school. So, cheers everyone. Bye.